Okay guys, recap of the workshop of yesterday, the intermediate workshop. We started to, so I'm going to do this as short as possible. We started with practicing stalls. Stalls are important because you want to change modes for like spinning in the same time, same direction to opposites. But you can also practice it like this, or make the poi really short, right? So this is the basic practice. One poi stops and the other poi continues. That's like disconnecting the two hands. So now I'm spinning to the left, opposites, and now I'm spinning to the right. Right. So just stop the poi and keep the other poi spinning. Right. And eventually you'll be able to do things like this, but that's for later. So stalls, we did a practice with the pendulum and try to stall the poi like this. But how do you stall a poi when it's horizontal? You just lift the thread. So when the poi stalls here, you just move the handle like this and the poi will stop. And you can go back. Same here. Another really important thing with stalls is this shape. Right? So where the circle hits the square, these are the points where you can stall the poi. And how to stall a poi? Well, in a static spin, this is your hand, the poi is spinning. But when you move your hand from here to the circle, you will break the poi. You will start slow down the poi, and eventually the poi will somehow in this square will stall. The poi can stall over here, over there, over there. So in all these corners the poi can stall. So that means basically, if this is a static spin, now I'm going to move my hand. So this is the circle. I'm going to move my hand towards the circle and the poi will stop. And you can pull it out again. Static spin. So the circle is somewhere over here. I move my hand towards the circle and the poi will stall. Okay. Then, so that stalls. Oh yeah. So what you can also do is practice, and if the poi is still dangling like this when you stall it, try to dip in a bucket of paint. So you stop and just dip it, and then we go back again. So you stall and then you dip it, and then you go back again. Stall, dip it. Also practice. Then we did oh yeah, isolations. Isolations is when you isolate a certain point on the poi, usually it's the middle. Use a piece of tape maybe to tape off the middle, the center of the poi. Right? An isolation looks like this. So this is a static spin, and this is called an isolation. Pretty magical moment, takes years of practice, but you have to start somewhere. An isolation, how to start this? First of all, stirring the pot the Nick Woolsey way. Stirring the pot is like you stir a pot like this, right, horizontal. When you look over the circle, you will see that there's a point isolated in the middle. Stirring the pot, also stir the pot this way. Stir the pot with the left hand, the other way. Practice both hands, right? Then you somehow need to get it from a horizontal plane. You have to give it more energy and lift it in a vertical plane. So from here, bend the plane vertical, and then you're in your vertical isolations. That's one way. Then we got the Greg Haskins. Greg Haskins isolations, the way was like have your hand over here, like you're stopping a karate move, then you try to follow the poi around the hand, right? That's one way. Also learn it the other way around. Again, other hand, well, you get, you know what I mean. Next one was a way to get into isolations is the switch. First practice this. We're spinning in a wall plane, but two wall planes basically, right? And you want to switch which boy is in front. Red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. So, the practice is to get the hands touch each other. The moment the red boy passes that, oh, with stalls, I forgot that. the hand movement, so the hand put over here and then you clap it, right? You imagine a little bucket over here, remember that? And there's also a way to learn stalls, right? And with isolations, it's pretty much the same. So you're not gonna stall, we're gonna continue spinning. So when the boy passes my hand, then you're gonna try to clap your hands or touch each other. Then you get this move. So spinning apart, and they just touch. If you can already do this, you can go out vertically. So your hands stay on the vertical center line. You go out. So to make it a little bit more beautiful, so go out. So we did this. So at this point, boy are horizontal. Out. Horizontal. Okay, you go to butterfly, but we don't want that. Split time, same direction. Next one move is to practice isolation. So you got a little bit of iso going on already. Then you want to touch the inside of your elbow with the boy that's spinning on the inside. In this case, the red one touches the inside of the elbow. You can even push your shoulder and hips into it. And then it creates, when you extend it, it looks like this. Okay, so we got that one, getting into isolations to get a feel of it. And then you can practice it also with a weave. You're just weaving, 3-beat weave, and doing an extra beat on one side. We didn't cover that, but just doing extra beat. Yeah, so static spin, after spin, so instead of going immediately back, you just do an extra beat on one side to get the hang of the isolation. So, 5 different ways to practice isolations. And again, this takes years. Then, we did, as last time we were linear isolations and linear extensions. Linear, so in this case, this shape is really important, the diamond shape. But also like a box shape is pretty important, but usually in tech point this shape is really important, the diamond shape. What we're going to do, first linear extensions. So this is an extension. Cannot use the full circle because there's a drum computer here. But so the hand makes a big circle, but with linear extensions you spin in a line and then you extend, right? So this is basically the same, but this is the linear extension. You might wonder, why do you want to learn this? Well, this move comes back in many different ways. For instance, with trichetras, a 3-petal anti-spin flower. In tech boy, really important, the diamond shape. You trace with your hand the diamond shape, and this is where you're gonna need to practice linear isolations. You can also practice a linear isolation like this with the butterfly and just draw this line. And of course we've got linear isolations also on this line. So over here the palm faces up, you flick it up, and now this one is simple. Turn your hand and just flick it so it will be done in a, it's a little bit arced, but you cannot move it in a straight line, but you have to cheat it a little bit. Right, so you could create things like this. Right, so you're actually also moving into the direction of floats. This is called a float, and you're also practicing basically, yeah, cat eyes. But this all starts with training linear isolations. Also really important. I taught you to draw a box, right, in the air. We're going to spin anti-spin, so that means that the arm is moving the opposite direction as the poi. So my poi is spinning for you guys to the right. So that means my arm should move to the left. We're going to draw, so the arm is going this way, but the poi is moving that direction. So anti-spin, we're going to draw a box. We're going to do first this line. We're going to go up this line of the box. Then we're going to draw another line. Keep on spinning. Then we're going to go down. Looks like this. You can stop here. We go top, right bottom, left bottom, left up, right up, down. If you do this continuously, you get this shape. And this is called a box flower. How convenient. It's a classic move, but really nice. Not many people do this. I really love them. With shorter poi. Creates a lovely effect. Box flowers. Well, that's just an example. And of course, yeah, that's a box flower, and when we use the diamond shape, that's a diamond flower. So the same move in anti-spin. This is the diamond shaped flower. It's a lot used in tech poi. Why? Because you can stall it and you can manipulate the planes better. Because yeah, in the diamond shape, yeah, you got the stall moments on the top and bottom and on the sides. Moving